Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of Charlemagne the Great. His name might sound like something from a history book, but trust me, his life was packed with ambition, war, religion, and a legacy that shaped all of Europe. So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's explore the life of one of history's most powerful rulers. Charlemagne, also known as Charles the Great, was born around the year 742. We're not exactly sure of the date, but we do know that he was born into a powerful Frankish family. His father was Pepin the Short, and his grandfather was Charles Martel, the same Charles who stopped the Muslim advance into Europe at the Battle of Tours. So you could say that greatness kind of ran in the family. When Pepin died, the Frankish kingdom was split between Charlemagne and his brother, Carloman. Now, sharing power in medieval times hardly ever ended well, and it was clear that tension was building. But fate intervened. Carloman died suddenly in 771, and that left Charlemagne as the sole ruler. And that's when things really started to change. Charlemagne wasn't just content with ruling the Franks. He wanted to expand territory, power, influence, everything. Over the next few decades, he went on a military campaign spree. He conquered the Lombards in Italy, pushed back Muslim forces in Spain, and waged a brutal war against the Saxons. In what is now Germany, he expanded the Frankish Empire to become the largest in Western Europe since the fall of the Roman Empire. But Charlemagne wasn't just a warrior. He was deeply involved in religion, especially Christianity. He worked closely with the Pope and saw himself as a protector of the Church. In fact, on Christmas Day in the year 800, something incredible happened. While he was kneeling in prayer at St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, Pope Leo III crowned him Emperor of the Romans. This was a huge deal. It marked the revival of the Western Roman Empire and made Charlemagne the most powerful man in Europe. This coronation also started what we now call the Holy Roman Empire. Even though it wasn't really Roman or very holy at times, it became a central part of European politics for centuries. Charlemagne didn't take the title lightly. He believed he had a mission to unite Europe under one Christian faith and one strong government. Now, here's something interesting. Charlemagne couldn't read or write very well, but he loved learning. He surrounded himself with scholars, opened schools, and promoted education all across his empire. This period became known as the Carolingian Renaissance, a short but important revival of art, culture, and learning during the Dark Ages. Charlemagne also cared about justice. He set up local officials called counts to help manage different parts of his empire. He created laws and expected them to be followed. To make sure things were running smoothly, he even sent out royal agents called missi dominici to check in on the local authorities. In a way, he was building an early version of a more organized government, but not everything was perfect. His wars were brutal. His rule was sometimes harsh, and even though he tried to unite Europe, many areas stayed divided. Plus, after he died in 814, things began to fall apart. His empire was eventually divided among his grandsons, leading to instability and conflict. Still, Charlemagne's impact lasted long after his death. He laid the foundation for modern Europe. France and Germany both trace their roots back to his empire. His idea of a united Christian Europe influenced kings, popes, and emperors for generations. Even Napoleon admired him centuries later. His legacy even touches our world today. The European Union, with its dream of unity and peace, has called Charlemagne a symbol of European identity. There's even a prestigious award named after him, the Charlemagne Prize, given to people who work toward European unity. Despite being a man of war, Charlemagne dreamed of peace through strength and order. He wasn't just a king, he was a builder of civilization. And even with all the flaws and contradictions of his time, his story is still powerful and inspiring. So, when we talk about the Middle Ages, about Europe rising from the ashes of the Roman Empire, Charlemagne's name always comes up. He was a bridge between the ancient world and the modern one. He wasn't perfect, but he was bold. He changed the course of history, and his shadow still stretches across Europe today. Alright folks, that wraps up our deep dive into the life of Charlemagne the Great, a warrior, a king, an emperor, and a legend. If you enjoyed this historical journey, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic stories from history. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one.